Cool. Okay, introducing next on my show, live on my show. Um, well, it's actually pretty good, but we actually got her traveling at the moment. We have Bex. She is described as a down under diva, also a pop siren, and she is here in the UK doing a campaign promoting one of her latest singles and releases. Just want to say welcome Bex, to the show. And thank you for taking time out. As you can see from your busy schedule, you're on the move.
I am. I'm actually catching the train to go and write some songs with Sia's producer and co-writer, long-time co-writer. And as a down under diva, things never go smoothly. But I'm here, and I'm really excited to be talking to you.
Yeah, brilliant. I think this is a first ever premiere of a live interview from a railway station, so you have the honour of that.
Thank you, babe. Always hustling, always on the move. That's the way of an
Yeah,
independent artist.
and at least people can see what the how busy it is for an artist, traveling, behind the scenes.
Absolutely, yes. Especially for me, coming from all the way from Australia, not having a full understanding of how this massive ecosystem in London works, but I'm getting through it.
Yeah, of course. So Bex, BEKS, that's how you spell your name. Been doing my
Yes.
homework. I know it's short for Rebecca, that's your real name, but the stage name is Bex. How long have you been like performing in general, all round for in show business?
In show business, all round, I started my career out as a drummer, and then I moved on to be the front woman and lead guitarist of an all-girl rock band. So in total, I have been making music for 10 years.
Wow, that's some might say that's quite a long time, a good career, 10 years.
It definitely is. I was recently reading that Chapel Ron, it took her 10 years as Chapel Ron to end up in the position that she's in today. So it gives me hope, and I'm sure a lot of other artists just like me in the same position, that we hope that one day someone will call us a industry plant or an overnight success, knowing exactly how much hard work it's taken to get here.
Yeah. So a 10 years experience and under your belt. And you mentioned you're in a band as well. When I looked on Spotify, I think it's Rackets. That was a previous band you were in. Is that right?
That's it. That was the all girl band, that punk rock band. But unfortunately, I had to close up that project after my bass player became pregnant. So that's the only downfall of having an all girl punk rock band.
Yes. And at the moment, at present, you are promoting a new single out called Dangerous. What's the message behind this song? Just add to that, it's described as a banger, a belter, a floor filler.
Well, Dangerous is all about keeping the spice alive. Um, as a modern woman looking for love, I've noticed that there has become a tendency to leave things behind and move on to the next thing as quickly as possible. And so I wanted to challenge that idea and be like, well, if you have a really connected connection with somebody, maybe you can just spice things up. So this is about creating longevity in relationships by being playful with your partner, exploring new things, expressing yourself in new, dangerous, and bold ways.
It's keeping your connection with your lover, isn't it? During these times, the longevity of it.
Absolutely.
Keep it
Yeah. And I
fresh.
mean, exactly, the two producers that I worked with on this song, they were both, in long term marriages. And as soon as we started to, just open up the shell of this issue, it just all came pouring out. And it was really interesting to get their perspective on how to keep the flame alive and the passion alive in relationships.
Of course, understandable. Two versions of this song, Dangerous. You've got the original version, and you've also got the initial talk single. Are you pleased at how contrasting they are, like different to one another?
When I got my remix back from Initial Talk, I nearly fell off my seat. I've never heard anything like this before. It's so Janet Jackson, totally Paula Abdul, and it blew me away.
Mm.
It sounds like a completely new song. It helped me discover a totally new genre, swing jack, modern swing jack. So yeah, they're totally different experiences.
I must say, listening to the initial talk version, it's certainly electronic-fied. The original version has a bit of a Shaka Khan-esque to it as well.
Yeah, it's definitely very 80s. It will blow your head off,
Mm.
honestly. It's so bombastic. It's so out there. So yeah, I hope that listeners will enjoy it as much as I do.
So cool, so cool. And have you made a music video to accompany this single?
I do. I have a music video that I shot in LA for the original Dangerous version, and it features me and three-meter albino anacondas. Um, so yeah, you can go and check it out on
Yeah.
YouTube. Most people think that because I'm Australian, I just easily handle snakes, but this is my first interaction with live animals on set. I wasn't prepared for it. And thank God the director didn't bring in the tarantulas as planned.
Wow. Wow. I was about to say, was it good fun making the video? And what was it like actually holding the living boa constrictor or a snake?
To begin with, it was petrifying, but I'm a show business girly. So when the camera's on, my main priority is entertaining the viewer.
Hmm.
So if the camera wasn't on, I wouldn't be holding those snakes. But I do it for show business, babe.
Good. Adventurous. We like that. And will these singles, like the one we just talked about, Dangerous, will that lead up to like a short collection of songs, well, an EP?
Yes. So Dangerous has taken off my EP, I'm That Girl, and a little exclusive for you, Danny, is in 3 weeks' time, I'll be releasing I'm That Deluxe Girl. So it comes with a collection of songs that I've written all around the world, from Germany, London, LA, Australia, and it's just all about being hot and queer.
Yeah, we look forward to that actually. So yeah, 3 weeks. That'd be towards the end of July ish.
19th of July, and I have a brand new single coming out this Friday from that deluxe EP, which I don't know if I can say on radio, but it's SEX in the Rain. And it was inspired by my balmy summer season in Germany 2 years ago. So it's very spicy, very steamy.
Amazing. I bet you wish you're at the World Cup at the moment in Germany. That must be buzzing.
Well, look, I don't know that much about sports, if I'm honest. um, if it's RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, that's what I'm
Yeah.
into. But I'm sure that there's a buzz and a lot of energy, and I think that whatever the event, if you're into soccer or if you're into Drag Race, these community um, events, it just helps us stay connected.
Hmm. Sure. Going back to the music there. So you mentioned that you got a new EP coming out. Wanted to just touch on a song. If I stand correct, you released a song called Wildfire. That's racking up really well on like streaming services. On one of them hitting 750,000. That must be a proud milestone moment in your career.
Absolutely, Danny. The most exciting thing about that is that that's a song that I released with DJ Sammy, who very famously had that massive hit Heaven. And I've played Heaven as a DJ many, many times. It's almost an essential collection from my essential collection. And DJ Sammy not only wanted to release this song with me, but also he invited me to Mallorca to his house.
We love DJ Sammy. And what do you enjoy most about having creative freedom, owning that stage?
The best thing about creative freedom, well, I think that creative freedom is boundless in that it gives you the ability to not bow down to any trends. And I love that. I love exploring new artists. I love finding new artists that are doing totally new and unique and individual things. So I like to think of myself as that. You know, sometimes I'm tempted after listening to Charlie XCX's Brat album to just make hyper dance pop, but uh, then I release something that's like swing jack. So
Mm.
I like the versatility. I think it's a way to keep it interesting and a way for artists to take ownership and individuality of the art that they create.
That's it. Like be yourself, isn't it? Doing like your own music. And just looking at some of like comparatives, you know, like influences and inspirations. I know Lady Gaga has been a massive inspiration. I just made a few notes. I've listened to some of your music, reminds me of Ava Max in places, a bit of Robin, and just a tiny little ingredient of Kylie Minogue as well.
Babe, I always tell people that I'm Kylie Minogue's little sister. And Kylie's my idol. And hopefully by this time next year, when we are on the phone together, I'll have some very exciting news. It's something that I'm working on in the pipeline with Kylie right now. But I love that you reference me to Ava Max, and I love those big pop divas.
I even put Natalie Imbruglia as well. She's quite pivotal in the 90s as well. Of course, she had that massive hit Torn as well. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you're in a band called Racket. Other artists which come up on the playlist include Achilles, Hannah X. Have you heard of any of them artists at all? Have been involved or related to them?
Uh, no, I mean, Racket's no longer, Racket was a past life for me. Racket is no longer happening. I'm just out here being BEKS and yeah,
Yeah, so that was then, and of course this is now. Of course, you were live at a
yes.
train station. Where and how do you get your creativity? Like, you know, ideas from composing, putting lyrics on paper. Could it be like where you are now or everyday life, hustle and bustle?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the art that I make is a reflection of my life, and I just happen to have a very interesting life. Um, you know, my life is bombastic. I can go into details, but you can see all the tea on TikTok.
Hmm.
My life is really, really wild. And so I put myself in those songs, I put myself in those lyrics. And I think that people my age, or people of any age, can relate to the experiences that I have. And it's my job to make sure that the messages that I'm putting into songs are able to connect with lots of people in unique ways.
Yeah.
I think we're all looking for love at the end of the day, right?
Hmm. And so, you know,
We're all
sometimes
looking,
sometimes soul searching, aren't we, as well?
absolutely. We're all just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think, and I'm trying to figure it out too. I don't know what the answer is, but I do know that having a connection with other humans and feeling love and warmth and camaraderie, it does help this journey of the unexplainable life
Hmm.
journey that we all go through together. And I hope that my art resonates with people like that.
Yeah, cool. And what's it like to receive positive feedback, you know, from Enemy magazines, Rolling Stone, and did you have feedback from Sophie Ellis Bextor once as well?
Yes, I actually toured, well, opened for Sophie Ellis Bextor when she was in Australia. So I got to meet her, and I know that Sophie is a big family woman, and she has 5 children. And so I brought my nephew with me to the show and brought him out on stage. And by the end of it, he was calling her Auntie Sophie and come on, Auntie Sophie, you got to come and watch Bex. So yeah, that was a really beautiful and unique moment in my career. And to have the validation from music curators is always, it's good fuel to keep going.
Hmm. You can't beat a good old testimonial, can you? You-
Yeah, look, this industry is so tumultuous, and there's so many negative thoughts that you have to fight in your own mind. So
hmm.
when you get validation from people that are particularly versed in music, it's like I said, it's fuel.
Cool. Just a few more questions to go. Do you have any plans to tour or do any live shows here in the UK or Europe where people can come and see you in action?
Well, actually, I haven't announced this, but I'm going to give it to you now. I am performing on the 26th of July at Bardona. It's a very exclusive, intimate party, and it's my EP launch. So if anybody here is listening and they're in London, head on over to my Instagram and you can grab yourself a ticket to that. So come and see me. My setup is really unique. I play electric guitar. I'm getting behind the decks, and obviously I'm singing all my hits, like Dangerous, like All the Good Boys Are Gay, and some unreleased singles off my I'm That Deluxe Girl EP.
Sounds like a blast. Sounds like a great night guaranteed.
You got to come, Danny.
Yeah, let me check my diary. Yeah, see if I'm not working. I will if I'm free. And you mentioned Instagram as well. Any other platforms you may like to plug? You know, social medias, emailing lists. I know you said you're on TikTok as well.
I think the best place to find me is Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a complete, I have a box set that you can binge on Spotify, which is all of my features and any music that I've ever made. You can just put it on and get ready for a night out, or I don't know, jazz up some things behind the office desk.
Good. Well, that's what we like on the show as well, especially my YouTube channels. We like discovering new artists, you know, and that's what I do anyway, and that's what we do here at the station. So yeah, thanks very much for joining me, Bex, on today's show. It was really a good pleasure talking to you today.
Well, from one station to another, Danny.
Yeah. That's it. Have a great day, and best of luck with this record. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll see you soon at some point anyway. So and safe travels as well.
Thank you so much, Danny. Take care.
No problem. Take care.